7 p.m. only on KMIR.
Your local weather forecast on KMIR News, weekdays, weeknights, 24/7.
Welcome back. All right, let's recap some of the day's top stories making headlines here in and around our valley. And of course, the big story, we've been tracking it since Sunday afternoon when it happened, that bridge collapse on the I-10. It's set to reopen out at Desert Center in just moments, actually. We want to take you live. We've had team coverage all day long, actually right at the split. That's where Angela's at, where the 86 goes south. That was one of the detours. And the 10, I see the cone zone, Angela, behind you is still up, but they told us they were going to remove those at noon, so we should be seeing some sort of movement behind you any minute, right?
Well, Dan, we should be seeing that movement. Haven't seen any yet. There have been more California Highway Patrol officers who have shown up, so can anticipate they are getting ready to move it. You can't see them. They're on the other side, but it looks like there's actually even a car that's waiting by to get onto Interstate 10. Might not be the safest thing to do at this point, but once again, it is scheduled to open at noon. We're just a couple minutes from that. Not seeing those cones being picked up. I'm standing right in Indio at the split between the 86 and 10. Still a lot of traffic moving towards the 10 at this point. Once again, about 20,000 vehicles each day pass over that bridge. So, of course, a lot of traffic getting ready, waiting to use that. And this road should be opening. Interstate 10, a major thoroughfare, vital artery between California and Arizona, should be opening any minute now. Reporting live along Interstate 10, I'm Angela Monroe, KMIR News.
Angela, thanks very much. Now, this is a live look. Still looks like a ghost zone out there, or ghost town, rather. This is where, there we go, Julie Bueller. She's getting set up to go live here. You see a lot of news crews. I know stations from Phoenix have come over, L.A., probably even Tucson up here to cover this. Jules, what do you see? They have not pulled the cones where Angela's at. So we thought they were going to open this right at noon, which would be good timing for folks wanting to head over to maybe Havasu, Parker, Phoenix for the weekend. Do you see any action out there where they're removing stuff and getting ready to open this thing up?
Not yet, Dan. We have heard rumors that there's a large lineup of cars near Desert Center waiting for this this pathway to open up. And considering the lengthy detour, it makes a lot of sense that people want to cut that distance out. But we haven't seen anything just yet. It's been very clear, just some Caltrans cars on the road and construction trucks. But surely very exciting for the weekend travelers to be able to have this this cut through the middle.
All right, we're going to hang here with your live shot, Jules. If you can step out of the way. And I know we got Angela's live shot we can cut back and forth to. We wanted to bring this to the folks live here on the air and show them when it reopens, because Caltrans and state officials did say this would open sharp at noon, trying to get the weekend travelers able to move, but evidently this not happening. There's the reverse shot. Still haven't picked those cones up quite yet. So we're still waiting for that movement to happen. It looks like something's going on right there. As we wait for this to happen and the diversion to move over, oh, right there, just did. I believe I see the semis. Are they still going on the 86 or they open the 10? Can't really tell. Nope, not opened yet. Looks like they're scrambling out there. While we wait for CHP and Caltrans to remove those cones here, see if they actually keep their timetable. Samantha, give us a quick check of the forecast for this weekend.
Yeah, this weekend is going to be dry for us and dry for folks out there still repairing that bridge. But yes, that one-way direction, or at least two ways now, any minute will be opened. Conditions there will be also warm and dry. No storms in place, which actually caused the bridge collapse to begin with. So that's a good news. And any minute now, we should be seeing the opening of that bridge. But in the meantime, yes, we're looking right now at temperatures in the 90s. We will be seeing those temperatures climb to the triple digits in many areas of the valley and areas east of us. Dan?
Okay, Angela Monroe there live. Maybe she's got a better view than I can tell by her shot there. And does it look like, I saw those CHP vehicles scrambling around. Does it look like they're removing those cones so they can get traffic flowing to the east?
Dan, we still aren't seeing the cones being moved, but we are seeing some activity behind me. I just saw the truck that has the arrow telling vehicles to move 86 move a little bit, as well as the California Highway Patrol vehicle move to the other side of the interstate. So there definitely is movement here, but we still aren't seeing those cones being picked up. Hopefully, Angela, once again, should be open for traffic on Interstate 10.
Yeah, Angela, let me cut in here. I want to break in. We've got the reverse angle here. Now, this is Julie Bueller's live shot, which is actually in Desert Center. So this would be the traffic coming from Arizona headed west into our desert, and that side they have opened up. Here you see CHP escorting the first round of traffic, and I'll bet you, as a matter of fact, look behind them and look in the distance. You see the wraparound traffic?
Yeah,
I'll bet you that traffic wraps back to Blythe and the Arizona border. I mean, that is going to be a long line. But again, you're looking live right now at a live feed from Desert Center where CHP finally escorting the first traffic across this bridge. We're going to hang with this as they go across that bridge. Obviously, this has been reinforced. Nothing should happen. Everything should be good to go. And what they did here, Samada, and for viewers out there, is they reinforced the westbound bridge and then did a crossover. So you'll have the 2 lanes going in each direction after you get past Rice Road and before you get to Desert Center. But then when you get to that bridge, you're going to have to go down to 1 lane, 40 miles an hour,
and that's
or 45.
1 lane. Give yourself lots of time.
Yeah, and go across that bridge. And then a mile or so out, you'll go back to the 2 lanes in both directions. But again, this is the first traffic now crossing the westbound Tex Wash Bridge. You see folks there waving at our cameras.
They're excited, finally.
Can we cut back to Angela's cam? Have they allowed the eastbound traffic to go yet? Maybe, you know what, maybe they're trying to do this on purpose so we kind of get some of that westbound traffic coming over the bridge to lighten up before they open. Nope, see, they have not opened the eastbound.
Not yet.
So if you are getting ready to leave the desert and you're watching us or you have friends and family and they want to shoot over to Parker, Lake Havasu, Phoenix, as of right now, if you jump on the freeway, that eastbound not quite
open yet. That is right.
Probably what they're doing again.
But hopefully shortly, because we've been watching.
They probably want to allow that westbound to kind of get flowing and moving.
Yep, to make sure everything's okay coming from Arizona into California.
And so it's not so backed up, because once that eastbound starts going too, and then they're going to share that bridge, you know that's going to get a little gnarly out there on a Friday afternoon commute. All those guys with the big jacked up trucks and the big boats going to the river and stuff, that takes up a lot of traffic time. And now we see Caltrans starting to move.
Oh, there you go. There's some movement there.
So it looks like they will be opening this up real soon.
And they really do. They've been working around the clock to make sure that this happens and to help out those folks traveling this weekend, both in and out of California.
Yeah, you're watching KMIR Palm Springs TV right now, our live continuing team coverage of the reopening of I-10. Maybe a lot of folks out there saying, hey, this isn't a big deal to me. Well, folks, it's a big deal to you. It's a big deal to everybody, whether you use the I-10 or not. To get back and forth to Phoenix or to the rest of the country. This is the major artery and corridor for Southern California, for our ports out in San Diego and Los Angeles to ship goods. I mean, look at the traffic right here. The majority of it is semis. And guess what? This will end up costing all of us. If this would have stayed closed longer than a week, you're talking about the price of goods going up because truck drivers were having to spend more time on the roads taking that detour down to the Salton Sea, around the 8, up into El Centro and Yuma back to Phoenix, or the high desert route, which was the 62 to the 40. So again, this is very important to all of us. Now, this is the live look again.
This is Julie's shot, right?
Yeah, this is at Desert Center again. You can see the cranes and the
actively still working on the eastbound
Still working on the eastbound, exactly. So what's happening, as I said just a few moments ago, is they are using the westbound bridge, which they had to reinforce. There was actually concerns that it was undermined and it could have collapsed. So they had to quickly reinforce that bridge to get it prepared to go to 1 lane in each direction. So again, the westbound seemed to be moving just fine out there in Julie's shot. But as you see, and we just lost our live shot there, it froze for a quick sec. There, it's back. They have not reopened those eastbound lanes. We're about 7 minutes past noon, so Caltrans just a few minutes behind. But again, and this,
they're working on it.
Yeah, this I've not heard from Caltrans or CHP. I'm just assuming or guessing, but I would think they want to let those westbound lanes start moving first, get traffic kind of moving
step at
smoothly,
a time,
exactly,
making sure everything's okay.
And then they should pull these cones. Now we see another vehicle entering there. That might be another Caltrans worker.
And just like you said, Dan, this is a major thoroughfare for Arizona into California. Normally 54,000 vehicles go through the 10 freeway over that bridge every day. Oh,
yeah,
look.
and that's both directions. We hear it's about 27,000 each way. That's a lot of vehicles.
That's a lot
and again,
of vehicles.
a lot of them are semis shipping our goods. And I'll tell you, if this would have lasted longer than a week, you really would have seen prices on your goods going up. Matter of fact, remember on Wednesday we had that expert from Palm Desert, that financial expert, estimate what this was costing in all-around expense for consumers, for trucking companies, for the ports. $1.5 million a day this was costing us.
That is a lot of money.
Now, that's a great shot here. All right, here's the dual shot on the right side of your screen. That's Julie Bueller's live shot. That's the westbound traffic coming from Arizona, crossing the bridge right now as we speak.
And you can see it's at a crawl, but slowly it's opening up, and people are driving down that route. So give yourself a lot of time if you're planning or know friends that are coming from Arizona into California.
Yeah, and you know what? A lot of folks may not know that this reopened.
Oh,
so
yeah.
guess what? They'll still be taking the 62 or the 86. You'll probably have backups on all three routes this weekend.
That is true.
Angela Monroe out there right at the split. That's the left side of your screen where the 86 goes south and the 10 goes east. Angela, what are you seeing? Have they pulled the cones?
Dan, they're still not moving out here, and you can tell that traffic is really getting ready to be moving because, of course, a lot of us media have been saying at this point that, of course, the road is set to reopen at noon. So there's actually vehicles, you can't see it, it's behind me. There's about 3 vehicles now that are sitting along the side of Interstate 10 eastbound lanes waiting to get here. We've also seen traffic slowing down at the 86 split because they're expecting and waiting to get on the 10, and we actually did see one vehicle pull into there. But once again, we have not actually seen any of them starting to pull cones out here on Interstate 10. So as you can tell, still really heavy traffic moving on 86. We're about 10 minutes behind when we were expecting to see these eastbound lanes open up out on Interstate 10. So once again, traffic really getting ready to want to move onto that side. We haven't heard word yet. Tried to contact a Caltrans PIO about when we could expect to see this open. It does look like we're starting to see movement there now in the back. So hopefully they'll be moving those cones because once again, you can tell traffic slowing down.
If you can hear me, if you turn around, they are literally picking cones up as we speak. So thank you for that picture. Look at that. They are working very hard.
Now, this is going to be a delicate situation right here,
It
Samantha.
is.
So those Caltrans workers are grabbing those cones. I don't see a CHP officer or cars in front. Look at the, see, look at the cars.
Yep.
They're getting ready to do it,
Oh, and
whether
look
it's
how
open or
excited
not.
that one. Look how excited that one is. It's like, hey, are we ready to go?
This maybe should have been planned a little bit better. See, look at this. Okay, look at the Caltrans guys.
Here we go.
They're like, hey, man, we're trying to pull these cones. Don't hit us. That van's like, yep, I'm the first over the bridge. I'm going east.
Yeah. And there you go. And there he goes.
Okay, so I would say now officially the I-10's open because that van, he just jumped in.
You saw it for yourself right here live right now, the opening of the eastbound direction of the
all those
freeway.
people next to that van, they're going to be delayed an hour and a half, 2 hours taking the southern route. That guy's on it.
Yep.
He's like,
He's on
hey, they're
top
pulling
of
the
it.
cones. I'm going east.
The cones have now been lifted, and they're continuing to obviously pick up more cones, making more room, obviously, for vehicles to continue to head out of town, especially for this weekend. Folks really wanting to get out, and so glad that the bridge is now open, ready for business.
Yeah, officially, there we go. There's one of the first semis, and that's the biggest thing, like you and I were talking about, Samada, is the goods need to be shipped in a timely manner, or it will start costing all of us more money. And you saw right there one of the first semis. I think traffic now is actually figuring out it is slowly getting reopened. A few people darting over to the left, a lot of people still taking to the right. There we go, another vehicle. So we can officially say now both the east and the westbound lanes of the I-10 reopened, but again, there is no timetable on when that eastbound bridge will be fully repaired. That's the one that totally collapsed.
They are currently still working on the eastbound side, Dan.
Yeah,
right.
so you are going to see delays on the 10 because as you see on the right side of your screen, it is down to one lane in each direction to get across that bridge. And look how slow they're moving.
Right.
I know they told us...
the picture that you see to your right, that is Julie's camera, and that's traffic coming westbound.
Yeah, from Arizona. It just froze there for a quick sec. I believe she said that they're going to make it 45 miles an hour through that crossover part. They're not going 45.
No.
So you know this is going to cause you some headaches. All right, we've got the opening. Now you know.
There you
As we
go.
say goodbye, how about a final
What
check
a
of that
great
7-day
weekend ahead
forecast
for us.
before
Yes.
we say goodbye?
Temperatures right now, we're looking at 90s, and then we will see those triple-digit temperatures rise this weekend. There you go, 106. And look, we are dry. We're going to continue to be dry through the weekend before some clouds come back later on in the week.
Okay, that's going to do it for our extended coverage here of
Thank
KMIR
you so
Midday.
much, yes.
Have a wonderful weekend. We'll
Great
see you bright and
weekend.
early Monday morning.
Thanks for watching.
Happy commuting.
We now join your program already in progress.
Exclusive system, $200 in powerful anti-aging treatments free. You'll get his super exfoliating micro peel resurfacing pads, a $55 value.